I just built the most powerful Muslim morning routine for success in this life and the next. So watch closely until the end, because I'm about to reveal my exact 9-step formula that I have built over the course of one entire year, backed by science and most importantly, the sunnah of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So when does this crazy routine start, you say? Is it 5 a.m., 4 a.m., maybe even 3 a.m. in the morning? No, nothing like that. It starts the night before at 9 p.m. Early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Because everything happens with the magic of the night before. If you have an irregular sleep, okay, this is going to mess up your entire routine. Your morning routine starts at the end of your day. What do we have to prepare for the morning? First of all, if your body is busy digesting all the food that you have eaten, especially if you eat a lot of unhealthy stuff or a lot of processed food, this is going to disrupt your sleep, which means you're not going to get a lot of sleep. We don't eat anything after sunset. If you truly have to eat something, at least eat something healthy, like an apple or a banana or something like that, okay? Don't eat processed food. I can't emphasize enough, food is the fundament of your routine. If your food is bad, you will not have the energy to do your morning routine. So don't skip this step. Your food, the thing that you get into your system, is super, super important. So if you get your sleep right, my friend, you can get your routine right and you will have time for all the other things. So if you get your sleep right and your food right, you will have the two most fundamental things right that will save your day. Our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to make wudu before he went to bed. So this is also essential. Now I personally pray Isha 1 hour before I go to bed. So if I plan to sleep at 10 p.m., I pray my Isha at 9 p.m. Obviously, this varies if the prayer times are different, but I try to stick to this time as much as possible. Right now, Isha starts at 6:30 for me. So I delay it a couple of hours. So it's better to delay Isha as late as possible, as late as permissible. And after Isha, I don't want you to watch Netflix or I don't want you to watch any YouTube. If you pray Isha, you are straight going to bed. And also I have some sleep adhkar that I do every single night. Recite Surah Al-Mulk before you go to bed. This is essential because our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to recite Surah Al-Mulk no matter what before he went to bed. And all of his companions did the same, and he also advised us to do the same. If you have never recited Surah Al-Mulk before you go to bed, try it. It's gonna do wonders. You will have such a peaceful night. You will have such a great feeling when you wake up. You will be protected. Surah Al-Mulk protects from the punishment of the grave, and it also protects you from any inflictment on this world. You need this, my friends. So recite Surah Al-Mulk before you go to bed. If you need more sleep adhkar, I have linked a website down below where you can find plenty of sleep adhkar. I personally do all of them before I go to sleep. So let's hop into the next step, which is Tahajjud. You're gonna wake up 1 hour before Fajr and we're gonna pray Tahajjud. The reason we're gonna pray Tahajjud is because our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to pray Tahajjud. For us, it's only a sunnah, but for him, it was obligatory. So he prayed 8 rak'ah of Tahajjud and he prayed 3 rak'ah of witr in the last part of the night. So we're gonna wake up 1 hour before Fajr and we're gonna pray those rak'ah. Even if you can't wake up 1 hour before Fajr, you can wake up 10 or 20 minutes before Fajr and pray only 2 rak'ah of Tahajjud and 3 rak'ah of witr. Even those 2 rak'ah are gonna make a major difference. And also you're praying Tahajjud 2 by 2. So you're not praying 4 by 4, you're praying 2 by 2. If you pray Tahajjud, you will see so many changes, you will see so many positive changes and transformations in your life. Allah will bless your life truly, and this is all I can say. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless your entire life. Your days will get longer, you will get more things done, you will be more productive. So this is the ultimate thing. If you can pray Tahajjud, do it. After you have prayed your tahajjud, I want you to make a dua. I want you to make dua for your family. I want you to make dua for whatever you want in life. I want you to make dua for barakah, for rizq, for whatever blessing you want in your life. Pray. Pray for health. Pray for whatever. Pray for wealth. Pray for health. Pray for whatever you want, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant you that. He will grant you that, believe me. The next step is praying Fajr. Now, our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he used to pray Fajr in the masjid. If you are able to pray Fajr at the masjid, then do that. Go ahead and do that. Now, for me, I don't have any mosque near me that prays Fajr, unfortunately. But I do pray Fajr at home. We pray 2 rakah sunnah, because our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us that the 2 rakah sunnah before the Fajr is better than the entire world and everything that is in it. So take advantage of that, my friend. Don't skip the 2 rakah sunnah of Fajr. If you want to modify this, it would probably be best if you go to the masjid and you pray with the jamaat, and after that you remember Allah until the sun rises. And after the sun rises, you wait 10 to 15 minutes and then pray 2 rakah. This is probably the best way, and it's also recommended by the Sunnah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands us many times in the Quran to remember Allah in the morning and the evening. And we know that the birds and the mountains and everything in nature praises Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So let us be part of that remembrance of Allah, and let us praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the morning. Let us start with that, and I promise you, He will surely bless your entire day. You can check out the link in the description where you will find the most authentic morning adhkar. Either do some of them or do all of them. Do whatever you can and do whatever fits your routine best. Now that I have prepared my spirit, now that I've prepared my soul, my ruh, and I've remembered Allah and I've praised Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, now I have to get going. Now I have to make exercises, and now I have to move my body to get the energy. If you guys don't exercise, you probably think that exercise is something that drains your energy. I'm here to tell you that exercising doesn't drain your energy. It boosts your energy, my friend. If you exercise, you will get energy for the rest of your day. So start exercising. The most important thing, if you are a beginner and have never exercised before, choose something you like, choose something you love. For me personally, I stretched for an entire year, just 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes. Everybody can do stretches. Now I went a little bit further and I've expanded to Pilates. So I love Pilates trainings. I love to strengthen my core, and I love to challenge my balance. But it has to work for you, my friend. You do what you love. And also a pro tip that I've never seen in any of those morning routine videos and exercising videos is that I use Apple Fitness Plus for my exercising routines. If you want to try Apple Fitness Plus, it's truly worth it. I spend about $99 a year for my Apple Fitness Plus subscription, and I get so many trainers showing me how to do the moves, because truly I'm not a coach. I don't know what moves to do, and they have everything tailored exactly for my needs. And I absolutely love it, and I absolutely recommend it to anyone that is serious about their exercising routine, or even a beginner. The most important thing to take away from this, that your exercising routine should be fun. It should be something you love. You should just have like 30 minutes, and it should be easy, you know, especially if you're a beginner. Don't try to challenge yourself too much, because then you're not going to be able to stick to it. Now, also, one important thing that I'm going to note, and you're probably going to see, is that I love training before the sun rises. You know, I don't know why, but it has something to do with discipline. If you do as much as possible before the sun rises, you're going to be ready naturally, faster, you're going to get more things done. So I try to take advantage from that morning and try to get things done before the sun rises. But I don't do this always. There are times where I practice and I exercise after the sun has risen, so it always depends on the day. Sometimes I sit and I remember Allah until the sun rises. Sometimes I read Quran, but it all depends. But in this routine, if I want to be really efficient, I'm going to do everything as quick as possible, and that includes doing the exercise before the sun rises. Now that we have heat up our bodies, now it's time to cool down, my friend. So hop into the shower, and I want you to not take a regular shower, but rather a contrast shower. So if you are in the shower, you're going to start warm first, and then after you have cleaned your entire body with soap and whatever, I personally use natural soap. I don't like to use this chemical processed soap thing that doesn't even look like soap, that isn't even soap. So don't take these, try to have natural soaps as well. If you're now in the shower, then you're gonna switch to slightly colder and you're gonna cool off everything that has heated up. Your entire body has now heated up after your exercise, so now we need to cool down. And if you have truly exercised, you will feel how good this feels. Now on the internet, people will tell you to get into really cold shower, like a freezing cold shower. But me personally, I don't like a freezing cold shower. I don't want to freeze my body. I just want to have it slightly colder to cool me off. But that's just me. There are some sciences to back up to have a freezing cold shower, but that's not something for me. So I'm going to leave this out. So you see, I do what works best for me, and I advise you to do the same, my friends. After we have taken our shower, it's now time to hydrate ourselves. So we're going to have an electrolyte drink. The reason why we're going to have an electrolyte drink in the morning is because our bodies need hydration when we wake up. Now, when we sleep, our body dehydrates. We don't have any food, we don't have any water for 8-9 hours, so we need to hydrate again. Most people make the terrible mistake of eating junk food right in the morning, eating cereal, eating sugar in the morning. But we're not going to do any of that. We're going to skip the breakfast and we're going to drink an electrolyte drink. We're also going to skip the coffee because coffee dehydrates, and we're going to have that beautiful electrolyte drink, which is going to hydrate every single cell in our bodies. If you wish to, you can also add a protein drink right here because you need proteins after you have exercised. Now, as you see, I skip my breakfast. If you stop eating after sunset and you don't eat until noon, that's about 12 to 16 hours without any food. So this is an intermittent fasting, my friends. This is going to be so beneficial for your body, for your digestive system. Our bodies are not made to constantly eat. We have to take a break. So give your body a break and let it digest what it needs to digest, and stick to this intermittent fasting during the night. There are a lot of studies done about skipping breakfast and the benefits of it. We have also found that a lot of high performers skip breakfast and have one large meal a day. So for me personally, that large meal comes later at noon for me, but it all depends. After we have done all of this and the sun has finally risen, now my friend, it's time to time block 3, 4, or 5 hours of your day until noon, until the Zuhr prayer, to work on the one thing that is most important to you. So make a list of priorities. The first one being Islam. That is all the same for us. But the second one being the most important thing in your life, and at most have 3 priorities in your life. So the thing that you value most, the thing that you want to spend most time on, the thing, maybe you want to read a book, maybe you want to educate yourself on a particular Islamic book, maybe you want to research a certain topic, or maybe you want to accelerate your career, maybe you want to build a side hustle. This is the time, my friends, to do all of this, to have the deep work of 3, 4, 5 hours concentrated time to focus on just that. Now, for me personally, I do my studies during this time. So I study for 3 or 4 hours during this time if I can. If you get exhausted about doing the same thing after 2, maybe 3 hours, maybe 4 hours, because it can get exhausting, I have a pro tip for you. Change the environment. If you have your desk that you always work on and you get tired after 2 to 3 hours, take a small 5-minute break, change the environment, do the same task concentrate on it, and I promise you, even though you are working on the same task, the new environment will give you more stimulus and you will actually enjoy what you're doing again. So small things like that can change the way your brain perceives your work. Just like we pray the fard prayer at the masjid and then we go pray our sunnah at home, this is the same principle. You divide those two. So if you get exhausted after 2 to 3 hours of work, just change the environment and you will have new energy. Now that we have worked on the most important thing for 3 to 4 and 5 hours, we have now concentrated, fully focused ourselves on this one task. We have earned ourselves the beautiful right to go and eat our beautiful breakfast. Now, I personally use my breakfast to reward myself. I put so much energy into my morning, and after all that, I want to have a beautiful meal, and that's my reward. I use it as a way to reward myself. So use something to reward yourself. Also, this is another tip. Use things to reward yourself. Positive things, healthy things. Now, if we want to get a look into how a healthy breakfast is made, I base my breakfast on proteins. So have eggs, have avocados, have fish, have olives, have cheese, have dates. So any healthy food you can find, have them, okay? If you are addicted to bread, if you're addicted to sugar or any of those bad things, then delay them until the end of your breakfast. So eat everything that's healthy. Eat the greens first, eat the avocado first, eat your eggs first, eat your proteins first. And now that you have eaten all the healthy things, you are free to eat your bread, your sugar, your cereal, whatever you want to eat, okay? This is the best way to do it. So delay the unhealthy foods until the end. So this is the best way to prevent glucose spikes. And if you look at this routine, yes, it can be hard to stick to it, but the big reward is that after your breakfast or after your brunch, you basically have free time to do whatever you want now. So you have 8 to 10 hours until Isha prayer to do whatever you want because you have done everything. You have had your deep work session where you focused on that work and you have now free time. This is so beautiful. This is the most beautiful thing about this routine. Now you have time to worship Allah as much as you want. Now you have time to go and pray in the masjid if you want. And we have time to be with our families, to do all the things that are beneficial in this life. You can download this 9-step formula in the link of the description if you want to have it all the time. Now I want to add a very important note to this video. Don't beat yourself up if you are not able to stick to this morning routine. It took me 1 entire year to build this morning routine. And plus, I want to mention that I don't stick to this routine all the time. This is my most powerful routine. I still do have some lazy days where I can't wake up for Tahajjud, and I even miss Fajr sometimes, but this is completely normal. We humans just have to strive for our best all the time. I didn't make this video so that you may feel bad. I made this video so you can be inspired. Hey my friend, it's me with a small post note that I want to make to this video. Please do not take this video as some kind of rule. As I mentioned before, don't be too hard on yourself. Take this rather as a guideline and create your own morning routine the way it best fits you and your day and your priorities or your tasks that you have to do. You know, some people work in the evening, some people work early in the morning, so it all depends on your schedule really and what you have to do if you're a student or if maybe you're a mom or maybe you have a different responsibility. I can't know that. So take this as a guideline and take the tips that work for you and leave the rest if it doesn't work for you. The most important thing to remember is always that a morning routine has to serve you and not the other way around, right? So remember that. If you want to see more videos on productivity, you can watch this video right here. We'll see us on the other side. As-Salam Aleikum. May peace and blessings be upon you.